to get the Twitcher. Welcome in everyone to WHF Tier 2 Round 11 in Monza, the penultimate round before the season finale. Haven't got anyone out on track yet. We've got Haas on track. If I put up the standings, I'm pretty sure we have a potential possibility that one of the Haas drivers, I believe, could be champion. Let me get this up. Yeah, Quincy could possibly be crowned champion today if he outscores his teammate by, let me do the maths. I think it needs to be 21 points he outscores him by. Don't quote me on that, my maths isn't the best. But from what I can see, I think that is how much he'll need to outscore him by to be champion today. If not, it will go to the finale, which is in the finale is in the United Kingdom, Silverstone. Get this thing up. Okay, let's actually get some people to see if I want to turn. There we go. Who's going to be on a lap first? It is, I believe, let's see. There we go. The MP, I'm not familiar with most of the Tier 2 drivers. I am familiar with some, but not all. So follow him on a lap. See what his Tier 1 time will be. I mean Sector 1, sorry. 26.2. Who's next to follow? It's one of the Haas's. Let's see what he does, Quincy. 26.3, so it's a tenth slower than the Alpine in the first sector. Sector 2 time, let's see, we'll compare these two who are first on laps. I didn't see a sector time, to be honest. First driver to cross the line to see what the time of the banker for people to beat. 19.3. Let's see if the Haas will go quicker. The Quincy, dumping all his battery. He doesn't. A second slower. Oh, Ollie Bean to P1. 2/10 quicker than MD. Are we happy with that to put it on provisional pole? But obviously it is bankers. Sampa goes third. Got a Mercedes, I think. It's an outlap. He's also on an outlap. Let's see who's next across the line. I think it is one of the Ferraris. Or Dubsy. Let's see where he goes. P5. I believe it is one of the Red Bulls next. So James, the Tier 3 champion. I believe. Dumping all his battery. P5 for the Tier 3 champion. I believe it's an Aston Martin next. The LTJ Ellis. Maybe he's aborted that lap. He's not started with a lot of battery for this lap. I believe it is Mercedes. David to be next. Or is it the Aston? Right on board with David though. I'm going to use this battery here. Yep. See how he can get here. Where he can shoot up to. P8. That might be his debut. Zampa win. Maybe. I'm pretty sure the McLarens are doing quite strong recently, from what I've seen. He is in P4 at the moment. But Ollie Bean on provisional pole. Just over a 10th. The race has started and you need to sign up. I think there is a link to the Discord in the Twitch, or just head over to We Have Fun on TikTok. Still a few people to set laps though. Ellis on a lap. Nope, still slow, out lap. Is anyone on a lap? Here we go. We've got Codzilla on a lap. Right on board with him. Hopefully that Mercedes, we won't be affected by this. Scones has left the session. I think Arrow will get him back in. Get a little toe from that Mercedes there. Carry the speed. Could have ran a little. Pretty decent. He's out of battery though. Well, we'll just put him. P6. He should be happy with that. I think Arrow is not next. Arrow may have aborted his lap. I'm pretty sure he was starting one, but he's aborted it. Anyone on that lap? We've got DZ Racer on the lap now. In the white ball. See where he can put the car. He is a quick driver. He has good quali pace. See where he can put his car. As Ellis goes P10. Fastest lap for DZ Racer. That is a good lap from him. 2/10 quicker than Ollie Bean. I'm sure Ollie will want to get back up to that top slot. But we'll obviously see. Had a spin maybe from the Mercedes. As my R1 has stopped working. There we go. Ellis is invalidated. Quincy's just started a lap. Both just starting his lap. Arrow's finally started his. See what Arrow can do in turn 1. Obviously he was on pole last race in Spa. I did unfortunately crash during the race, and that did DNF him. Is that Mercedes? That's it. Starting a lap. Starting a lap. That Red Bull. Is DC Racer? No, he's not on another lap. Okay. Quite a few people on that lap, not many people on laps, as I can see. McLarens are strong, the strongest constructors at the moment in qualifying, with both their cars in the top 6. As he starts his lap. Quite a few people that haven't set laps yet. Arrow, Nuki Boy, Lanky, and Scones, but Scones obviously did lead. They're both on that side. Let's see what Arrow can do. Where can he put the car? He's going to want to do well here for Ferrari. P2. That is good. That is good for Arrow. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Very close to P1. DC Racer, he's very close. I think we have Alpine coming through. Yeah. Or maybe he... No. Still no lap from the Alpine. As Zampa goes P3. Sure, Zampa will be happy with that, and I'm sure Gordon will be happy because he wants Zampa to win. But Zampa and Arrow shoot into the top 3. I'm sure they'll both be happy with that. Craig's on a lap. See where he can put his car. I'm gonna burn that battery down to the last corner. Save a little bit. And just completely empty the battery now. To the line. P7, where can he go? P4. Yeah, McLaren's looking very strong. And he's very close to his teammate. They will be looking very strong for the race. And for some points if they can do well. That's who's on a lap. We have James about to complete his lap. Let's see where he can go in the Red Bull. P6. I'm sure he'll be happy with that as a reserve. Because of course he has won his respective tier championship. Who else is on the lap? Kodomatic and Quincy, the two leaders in the championship and constructors leaders, down in P11 and P15 for the time being. Very surprising to see. Let's see, one of the Mercedes are on a lap, I'm pretty sure. Yep, one of the Mercedes is going to put in a lap, Lanky. Mercedes of Lanky finishing his lap. P14. I'm sure he'll want to jump up higher than that. As he's going to give his teammate a tow here, maybe. Maybe that was his objective. Arrow subscribed with a tier 1 for 50 months. So that's nice from Arrow. But anyway, let's see. Most of the people in the pits probably going to come out to do their final runs now. Let's see who's going to be anyone on a lap. Right on with David here. As DZ Racer goes top with an 18-2. Extends his lead even more by 0.6 now. Scones has aborted his lap. Assume he's invalidated. The Williams of Brands has separated the McLarens in P4. But Ollie Beam will be the first to set a lap in the final stages. So we're right on board with Ollie Bean for this lap, as he will be the first to complete one. He may be going for a double run, but he will want to definitely improve that P7. And from P7 to P3 is only separated by around a tenth, so he can jump up the field. As he locks up, that's not going to be good. That's Ollie Bean. He has locked up, but he was improving ever so slightly, as he'll get a slight tow from his teammate here. Very low on the battery, though. He is going to need that tow, as he's nearly 2 tenths up on his time, and he's invalidated. Oh, he's going to be very disappointed with that. He won't have enough time. He might have enough time to recharge and go again. Hopefully he has enough fuel in the car. But next to come across, I think, is one of the Alpines of Nuki Boy. Coming through now. Sorry, lost me there for a little bit. Who was next to come through? Is Quincy still down in P12? Anyone coming on a lap? Oh. Was Zampa slightly invalidating Dubsy there? I don't know if Dubsy's on or not. He's on an out lap, so he should be fine. As we have Zampa getting a very nice tow here from Arrow. Arrow's not going to be happy with that, as he backs out. I don't know what's going on there, I'll be right. See who's next to come across the line. I think maybe one of the Aston Martins. Nope. Who's next to come through? Arrow on a lap. It's purple. He's 2 tenths up. He'll be very happy with that. He still might need a bit more time though. Qualifying is now over, no more laps, everyone on a lap. This will be their final as LMX James is done. They're not going to be any better than P8. As Arrow improves, but no, he will be P2 at best. I'm sure he'll still be happy with that, racing for Ferrari. He's got a McLaren of Craig. Craig goes P3 ahead of his teammate. His teammate coming through now, see where he goes. He will be looking to get past his teammate. Oh, as he's aborted his lap and nearly destroyed the car. As Cod is not going to be finishing this lap. Who have we got? We've got one of the V-Carbs. V-Carb on a lap now. Might be giving Dirty S to that Haas behind him. Who jumped up there? On the Mercedes, I assume, just jumped. No. Oh, the Haas of Codematic goes to P10. So we've got Ollie still on a lap. I think he's still on a lap. He's charging the battery. So Ollie will be looking to hop up if he can. Oh, he's out of fuel. He has run out of fuel. So I think that will be DZ Racer on pole. Don't know how. I think he has another pole. Oh, he's improved. Yep. He's 5 tenths clear. As one of the Mercedes jumps up to P2. 18.5. Everyone's going off and I'm not catching it all. But the Mercedes driver of David will be happy with that. I'm sure this may be his debut, I want to say. I'm not entirely sure, but I haven't seen him before. But that is your top 3. DZ Racer, David, and Arrow. And Bram's in P4. Both McLaren's in P5 and P6. They will be happy with that as a team. As Quincy, one of the top 2. I'm sure he's the one that could actually win as well. The championship, this race has not had a good time. Yeah, he is the leader, and he could possibly win the championship this race, but it's not looking good as he's so low down in P10, and he needs to outscore his teammate by around, I'm sure it is 20 points he needs to outscore him by. I think it's 21 points. He needs to score 21 points or gain 21 points on his teammate in P2. As I'll do this, I don't know. I think this is something we have to do. But that is the grid for now. P1 DZ Racer, P2 David, who's reserving in the Mercedes, I'm pretty sure. Arrow P3, Brams P4, Craig Connolly and his teammate Zampa in P5 and P6, Ollie Bean in P7. James, who's reserving from Tier 3, is a Tier 3 champion, P8. And it will be lights out very soon. Let's take a quick look through the championship and see what can happen today. So Quincy in the lead with 151 points and his teammate Codomatic with 145. Only separated by 6 points. Obviously Codomatic having a very good race in Spa last time out with a win from last place. But how will the championship look after the penultimate round in Monza for the final round in Silverstone? Quite close for P4 and P3, only separated by 7 points. Brams and Lanky. But here we go. Lights out and DZ Racer is, I think the Mercedes may have gotten the better drive off of the line. So everyone's ghosting. The Red Bull does maintain his lead. Let's see if there's anything going down. And oh, it's a bit damaged as one of the Haas's. Puts the corner really hard, the back two taking it very cautiously. This DZ Racer is going to have to probably try and drain the battery a little bit here to try and get out of the slipstream of David. See if we can get the tyres up. This DZ Racer starting on the hards, the only one in the top six on the hards. So those medium runners will be on him for the first couple laps, but you do need to manage the mediums around here. Don't want to kill them too quickly, otherwise you will have to 2-stop. And ideally you want to go for a 1-stop around here. But DZ Racer extending as we've got a move from Nuki Boy. Overtaken Ellis. See, one of the Haas's made contact. Did they get damage? Doesn't look like there's any damage on Quincy's. Codomatic, let me see if there's any damage on his. Doesn't look like it. It did look like one of them went across the corner though. Let's see. Okay, Connolly losing quite a few places. And Arrow. There's Brams obviously going up to P3. Arrow dropping back 2 places. Let's go back to the lead. David still And he's nearly broken DRS to Brams, so those two might try and run away. But David, being on those mediums, will want to get ahead of DZ Racer as quick as possible. Does he have a Mercedes in the pit of Lanky? Did he get damage? Yeah, he got damage. Maybe at the turn 1 instance. Craig Connolly making a move around the outside into the chicane of the Alpine. It's a great move from him, back up. He's going to want to make up some more positions though. As he out of DRS to Code Matis, so he might be under threat here from the Alpine. As DZ Racer has broken a second nearly to David. Has he got DRS? He has got DRS. And Brams. Maybe David has made a mistake because he has let Brams right back up to him. What we got? What we got? DZ Racer though, he is getting that time back out. Let's see how much DZ Racer will defend. He's got no battery, so that might... How much is DZ? Both got no battery, so they might... As David might come under attack here from the Williams with full battery. Williams choosing to save his battery instead. It's James ahead of Godzilla on the straight. But Zampa has lost the RS to Scones with a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. I don't know what he's done. Maybe he's locked up and went straight on. Taken all the boards with him. It's not what he wants to see. But anyway, it's back to the top. DZ Racer still trying to break DRS to David behind, but he is just keeping in. Brams behind. And Zampa trying to get back into DRS. But Arrow still behind Zampa, dropping back 2 positions. Won't be happy with that. Leave it with the crowd. See, it is Ferrari's home race. Scones with a 10-second penalty. He won't be happy with that. He's got more battery out of the top 2. They're looking pretty similar. Oh, DZ Racer goes really wide. David kind of following him out, bottoming him out on the curb a little bit. Does that open it up to Brams behind? Brams with a lot more battery than Mercedes ahead. Will try and make a move here, I would assume. He is going to go for the move. Oh, is he? Just choose to play safe. Top 3 very bunched up as Arrow makes a move on Zampa. He gets him in the DRS. It's great for Zampa. He can try and push up to these top 3 who are probably going to start battling very soon. It's a lot of wheel spin from Arrow. Does Zampa have the batteries to get back? He does have more than Arrow. He might try. But Arrow, I think he will keep this as Brams has made the move into the chicane. A bit of contact. I'm sure they'll be fine. As Brams will now set after DZ Racer. Still a strong outing from David. As DZ Racer has broken DRS to those 2 ahead and nearly let Arrow in, as Arrow will definitely be wanting to push to get into that DRS. And he's nearly there. So we've got a yellow flag for the Williams of Scones. Maybe he's just had a little bit of an off, but I think he's fine. As MB gets track limits warning. It's not great, as a specialist might be. David gets ahead of Brams. Maybe a bit of DRS games here, but that's opened the door completely to Arrow. And he will now be comfortably within DRS, and Zampa and Ollie Beam will get a massive trade format up here now, as DZ Racer's just going to run away. Obviously on the hards as Brams back ahead of David. I'm sure he was playing DRS games with David. Code-Matic, he's having a little bit of a battle with Ollie Bean here, temporarily ahead. Ollie Bean does keep the position. It's a lot of wheel spins. Anyway, back to the top. Arrow is still there. He's going to want to be there. He's into that DRS. He's going to pull along a lot of people with him all the way down to Code-Matic. And Code-Matic will be happy with that, as he's on the hards. He will be staying out longer than these guys on the mediums, and their tyres will die. But 2 seconds, DZ Racer has pulled out to the rest of the field comfortably. It's David. Oh, as Arrow spins! Arrow's into the wall. He's out! He is out. Oh, he's done. He's out. That's a safety car. Oh, Arrow. No. No. That is going to disappoint the crowd. As Dubsy all the way down in P12, which Tifosi is not going to be happy. As Arrow has 2 races in a row. Will the medium runners come in now and maybe try for that 2-stop? It's a free pit stop under the safety car, of course. You will just sacrifice your track position. The Arrow out again. 2 races in a row. Won't be happy with that. As Brams and the Mercedes pit. Yeah, a lot of the medium runners are going to be coming in, I would assume. As Codematic and DZ Racer stay out on the hards, and James. There's now a Red Bull sandwich with a Haas in the middle. Smoke will be there. Dubsy stays out. Maybe he's going to just want to try and put on a bit of a show for the crowd, as he is the only remaining Ferrari in the race. It's disappointment for Arrow again. But we do now have a safety car. As the majority of the field comes in, only the hard runners staying out, and 1 medium runner of Dubsy. Maybe still trying to just go for that 1 stop. But we'll definitely keep an eye on Dubsy. See what he can do now that he's more up in the field. As we'll just wait for everyone to bunch back up. But that is a dramatic change to... The field has been shaken up quite a lot from Arrow's DNF. DZ Racer still leads the race staying out. Codematic moves up to P2 staying out. James moves up to P3 from staying out. See how many positions they have all gained. Positions. Yeah, Codematic started P10. He's now up to P2. James P8 up to P3. Smoke and Ash up 13 places, but that is obviously due to the pit stops. He will be on older tyres. And there will obviously be a bit of tyre deficit to him, which is unfortunate. But if these top 3 can have a good restart, they're going to probably just try and aim to run away from the new runners a little bit, I would. Don't want to be hanging around them for too long. Obviously, David on the fresher tyres and Brams, they will definitely have to keep an eye on them, because they were effectively in the battle for the lead, and they are the only ones in the top that have pitted. Obviously, they did start on the mediums compared to the hard runners of DZ Racer, Codematic and James. But they will be one to keep an eye on. It's Ash up to P5, we'll be happy with that. But he has obviously got the new runners behind him. Safety car will might be in this lap, but it probably will be next lap, waiting for them Aston Martin, Mercedes, and possibly Williams. Yeah, Williams of Scones to catch up. Scones, has he pitted again? And maybe he's just came in. But Quincy, he will not be happy with this, with his teammate up in P2 and in that championship fight, as the safety car is in this lap. That is not good for Scones, obviously. But we will see how DZ Racer controls this. It's right on board with Codematic. And see when he decides to go. Will he go early and try to catch him by surprise? Or will he leave it to the last possible moment? Because they have it with that long straight he's got to defend from. And obviously being in the lead, he has no slipstream. He will have to defend like crazy. He's going to pray for a very good jump, hopefully. When is he going to go? He's gone. DZ Racer goes. That's not the best restart. Codematic and James all over the rear of Codematic and and catching DZ Racer, both the pair of them. They will be looking to maybe Codematic make a move. Is James going to send it around the outside of DZ Racer at the first chicane? Oh, they make contact. Oh, that is going to be a bit naughty. I think they both had to get damage, but they wheel locked. Oh, James has been pushed off the track as Dubsy has now taken P2 up 10 positions now. As he goes up to P2 with Brams all over the back of Codematic. Kodagamasi going to send it here? He sent it. Oh, and he spun. That is not good. It's Kodamatic. Now his teammates jumped in front of him, all the way down to P9, and James just in more and more dramas. Oh my god, I don't know what to look at. There's Ollie Bean off the track. Absolutely everywhere. James up into P3, Brams back up into P2. Dubsy suffering a major from that, and he hasn't pitted. That is going to ruin his race, because he did not pit under the safety car. I did not know what to watch there, but Brams and DZ Racer have just ran away with the race. Zampar P4, he'll be happy with that. He's still there. But Brams and DZ Racer have absolutely capitalized on all of the errors from, and just carnage. I didn't even know what to watch. I did not know what to watch. DRS back online. No threat from behind, so Brams can go on full attack. Obviously has still got a lot more battery than DZ Racer. David is definitely... Oh, he's under threat from Zampa. Zampa trying to get up into some podium positions. So he hopefully gets a better exit here. And he has the Mercedes. The Mercedes maybe having a little bit too much wheel spin. So we got Ash and Quincy close together. James, absolute horror. Did he get damage from that? From all that carnage he was involved in. He got hit, I think, at turn 1. And then he got hit around here, and I don't even know. No, but the top two have just absolutely ran away. We're riding ball with Brams with DRS. He's probably going to save his battery here. Wait for that main straight, and just absolutely fly by. Yeah, DZ Racer has got very minimal battery compared to Brams. Might try and play a DRS game there. Nope, he's trying to run away. As we got a close battle here between David and Zampa. Zampa saving the battery. He has got more than David. Is David going to go for it early? I would stay behind for that DRS. As Quincy's going to definitely try and capitalize on these guys fighting and try and get back up to P3. As Zampa, I'm pretty sure, ran wide. David already all over him. He will possibly get past him already before this straight. As Brams up into the lead. He has got past as well. As we see David getting past Zampa in the background. Oh, DZ Racer has dropped it. He's made a mistake. Oh, that puts David and Zampa back up to the podium and Quincy back up into P4. And Brams now in the lead all by himself with nearly a 5-second lead. He will be very, very happy with that. We do have a little battle here. Maybe Smoke and Ash can catch up as a little lock up from Zampa. Quincy looking all over him to try and get that position. Let's see if David can try and run away from these guys and catch, because I'm pretty sure these guys are on different strategies. Oh no, these guys are all on the same strategies in the top 4. Apart from Smoking Ash on 5 more lap older tyres than those guys. As Brams, David is cutting his lead. We've got a massive DRS train behind, led by Smoking Ash, all the way down to P14 or P16. All there. So a lot up for grabs there. As James will definitely be trying to get up there after all the carnage he was involved in. We'll go back up to Zampa, looking at David. Is he going to go for it? Smoking Ash gets a 10-second in the pits. As Zampa gets past, will Quincy try and have a little look? No, he stays behind. This isn't going to help them in their efforts to catch up to Brams. They're going to want to try and help each other out. As Ollie Bean and Ellis with a penalty. As Ollie Bean all over the back of Kodamatic. This isn't going to be good for him as he's in a championship fight. He's not going to be happy here. As Ollie Bean gets ahead. It's James. Let's see. Wide from the Mercedes of David. See if David wants to get past here. Right on board with Quincy, see what he's doing. As David's going to go for already, as he's absolutely flown by Zampa. Zampa saving battery. Probably the smarter move. That is probably the smart move from Zampa. Stay behind and wait for the main straight for DRS. As he now does have a lot more battery than David. Quincy also looking, but Zampa is in the best position. Craig having a mistake. Was that a mistake from Craig? Oh, Craig is out. I've just seen his wheel pop up. And Dubsy. They've came together. That's another safety car. I think Craig made a mistake and he's collected Dubsy in the process. Oh, that is not great. But who pits? Leaders stay out. This is going to be very good for Quincy. Oh, Quincy comes in. Okay. As the top 3 stay out. So Graham's still in the lead. David P2 and Zampa P3. Is MB now in the lead? He's going to want to pass it. Yep. And now not in the lead. He is now P4 out of the lead. He has just stayed out with the top 3. Quincy, obviously. DZ Racer going onto the mediums. Got Codomatic onto the mediums. Onto the hards. Lanky onto the hards. Got Ollie Bean onto the mediums. James onto the mediums. So we have a second safety car of the race. And we haven't even hit halfway yet. Absolute horror, by the way, for the Ferrari fans. As they are both out. Tifosi will not be happy. Let's see where the championship leaders are. We've got we've got Quincy and P5 on the hards, so he'll be able to push out all the way to the end, with DZ Racer behind him on mediums and Codomatic on the mediums. As Brams comes in, are the others going to follow him in? The Mercedes, Zampa stays out. Are we going to see a bit of Zampa Masterclass? Are we going to see what he can do in the lead? But Brams and David come hit, and I'm sure he will get jumped by MB, who is on 7-lap old hards. That will not be nice to be stuck behind him. They're going to want to jump him as soon as the safety car ends. Do not want to be behind him for long. But Zampa now inherits the lead of the Monza Grand Prix. We've had a lot of different top 3s. As Smoke and Ash gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. He is not going to be happy with that. He's just pitted as well. As we got... But David, the highest of the medium runners. But Quincy is the leader of the championship, and he is a position ahead of his teammate. He's going to want to look to extend that into the final round to give him the best possible outcome for the championship and be champion. As DZ Racer picks up a penalty under the safety car. It's not going to be good for him. How many laps left? 14 laps left on this for the top 2. Will they try and just stay out till the end? What an interesting race so far. We've had 2 safety cars. I'm pretty sure this is the most safety cars for this tier. If I'm not mistaken. I think this is the most in a race they've had. Maybe even the tier. So they do have to be tier 1 with 4 safety cars in one race. This is the second of this race, and they have just hit half distance. It's Codomatic boxes. Maybe he doesn't think those mediums are going to make it to the end. He's going on to the hards. Oh, he's broken his front wing. Maybe he's hit the back of someone he was behind. That is not good for him. He's now all the way down in 13th, and that is going to damage his championship hopes even more. Obviously having a very good outcome in the last race from last to first in Spa. But he is now near last. It'll be very damaging for Kodomatic as well if the safety car comes in this lap, unless he can go on an absolute charge with those tyres. But obviously they are only 2 laps younger than the people ahead of him. But what will that mean for David? David, obviously on the mediums, will he be going to the end? Kodomatic doesn't think you can get to the end on mediums, so he has came in for hards. Or maybe it was just his broken front wing. Safety car not in this lap. The field has been shaken up numerous times. As we've got Ellis and Smoke and Ash around each other. Well, they were going quite slow, but they are pushing to try and catch up to that safety car queue. Kodomatic, he should get to the back of it before the end of this lap. I will assume safety car will come in this lap. As we see, as MB has a penalty, but obviously on 9 lap hards, that is not going to be great for him, but he will be making another pit stop, I would assume. And Zampa, although I have seen Zampa try and go to the end a long time on our set of hards before. But we have MB and DZ Racer with penalties. DZ Racer obviously picked up a penalty under this safety car for track limits. I'm sure he'll be annoyed at that. Oh, as we've had someone spin. Bit of a half spin from Ollie Bean, I think, there. Luckily not losing any positions. Maybe just relax under the safety car and he should be fine. I don't know if those of the Aston Martin and V car with Ellis and Smoke and Ash will catch up to this queue, because I would assume the safety car comes in this lap. It's absolute heartbreak for the Ferraris again. Safety car in this lap, yeah. Ferraris absolutely nightmare weekend. Their home race, they are both out. If you are just joining in, the Ferraris both have crashed at the McLaren, and both Ferraris did crash. Arrow spinning on his own, and the McLaren, I believe, I didn't see it fully, but the McLaren, I believe, spinning and taking out Dub Z. Bit of grass on tyre, you don't want that. When will Zampa go? Zampa's gone. Has he got the jump? He's got the jump on Brams. Oh, kind of slowed down a bit there. That's not what he needs to do. That's opened the door for MB. MB going to go to the outside line. Brams looking at this. He's going to try and capitalise on these guys battling. He will catch up with them going side by side here. There's a little lock up from Zampa. We'll try and get the switchback here. Oh, that's a beautiful switchback from Brams. He's obviously on those newer tyres, 7 laps younger. He has the grip, and he has done it, and now he's looking all over Zampa. Oh, Zampa has not had a great exit, I believe, or Brams is burning his battery. But David as well, up into P3 on the medium, so we're going to have the medium versus hards here. It's MB and Quincy side by side. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Should be fine. Probably going to hold back here, but they will now have out of DRS range for the next lap of the Alpine. And the Alpine also out of the Alpine out of DRS of the Mercedes. Zampa's still holding his own up in P1 on those 7 lap older tyres. So you have a yellow flag. Maybe for Smoking Ash, I believe. Oh, Zampa playing a DRS game here, but I'm sure DRS isn't enabled yet until they go past the line. Although Rams nearly... Oh, Zampa's round! Oh, from David. Contact with David. MB moves back up into P3. DZ Racer ahead of Zampa as well. DRS is now enabled. As Brams and David looking to battle now. Yeah, very unfortunate for Zampa and the McLarens now. He's still in P6 though. And obviously if he makes another pit stop, he will try and go on that charge. But Quincy up into P3. It's going to be very good for his championship fight. As he's still side by side with the Alpine. The top two are just going to run away with this. They need to work together a bit here. They don't want to fight here. And DZ Racer is going to be... All DZ Racer's going for it. He's went for it. He's locks up. Gets it done. As James picks up some penalty. James all the way down in P8. Catching up to this little train. Zampa obviously disappointed with that spin. He has very old tyres compared to the people around him. It's DZ Racer now on the back of MB. And David obviously chasing after Brams. Gonna wait here. Is that a move from the Red Bull? Not just yet. Hopefully they make it all through here well. I think they do. As Ollie Bean picks up the penalty. Got another big train unfolding over here. It's Codzilla up into P7. We'll try and look to get rid of Zampa on those older tyres, but it will be quite difficult in a DRS train. As Brams and David fighting, David has got back past the Williams. As DZ Racer gets past the Alpine and Quincy trying to follow him through, but he can't find the space and backs out. He doesn't want to ruin those tyres just yet, though. As we've got Nuki, Scones maybe making a mistake. Two people getting past him. So we'll go back to the top. Quincy trying to get past the Alpine on older tyres. Quincy with a penalty. That is, yeah, it's not going to be great as that train following behind him as well. Zampa still holding on. Bear in mind with double the tyre age of the people around him. As that's wide from Quincy as he nearly loses the race. Zampa's definitely going to try and get past him here. They don't want to fight too hard on Lee's DRS though. To the car ahead. Burning his battery. Zampa's going for it. Quincy backs out. Absolute. Oh, Zampa goes off. Oh. Tries to join the track, rejoin the track safely, but now completely under threat from James. So we'll go back to the top of Brams following David. Let's see if he can get back past the Mercedes. As David sets the fastest lap. DZ Racer now with the fastest lap. As Brams now gets past. And DZ Racer is going to try and get back up to this top two. We've got Lanky getting past Ollie Bean on the straight with DRS. We've got James past Zampa now. Obviously on those newer tyres, Zampa's tyres are going to be dying and dying. If Zampa is going to box, he should probably box around now. But I'm sure he's going to the end. It's David very close to the Williams ahead. DZ Racer not too far behind at 2 seconds. Quincy's still chasing the Alpine on older tyres. Alpine having a really good time. Alpine still keeping their hearts at bay, even with those older tyres. But obviously not in DRS to DZ Racer anymore, as DZ Racer not making many inroads to the top two. As David definitely going to be trying to get past on the main straight again. These guys are just swapping. They may be helping each other, to be fair, until the end. Not getting in any silly battles. Which is pretty smart. So we've got a yellow flag as MB retires. Oh, he's crashed. And that's another safety car. That's the third safety car as he's crashed. I don't want to say Parabolica. And I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not good with corner names, but I want to say Parabolica. I'm not sure. But everyone pitting, apart from the top, who obviously had already gone past the pit entry. So who is going to benefit from this the most? That's another crash. That is the third crash of this race. As we still have Ollie Bean onto the softs and Codzilla, so I'll say be good for about 3 laps, I'd give it. Because he's obviously maybe nearly speeding. But Zampa onto mediums, that is going to... Yes, Zampa has cooked here. Zampa is in the best possible position here because those guys ahead of him still have to pit and they missed that pit entry. They were already ahead of that pit entry before MB crashed. That is our 4th retirement of the race. Still 7 laps to go. Fast approaching Mercedes there. As Lanky gets a drive-through penalty, that's probably why all that speeding was there. But Lanky with a drive-through. Zampa is surrounded by people with penalties. Of course, with a safety car here, he just needs to keep it clean and he will make up a lot of positions. As Bram stays out on the hards, David, DZ, and Quincy and James both pit. Quincy off the hards. Obviously thinking he can get back up the field. As Codematic stays out too. Probably trying to try and get ahead of his teammate for the championship. He probably is thinking of the championship more here. So where does Zampa come out in it? Oh, he's still behind those guys, which is annoying. If it was a VAC, it would have benefited him a lot. But David onto his softs. No delta from Lanky, as Nuki Boy picks up a 10-second speed into the pit lane. As Lanky says he has no delta. That is unfortunate for him in P10. A lot of soft runners ahead of him. Their tyres will die very quickly. And hopefully he can follow Zampa through. As David, the only one in the top 5 on those softs, and he has all those old hard runners. He's absolutely going to be flying when this safety car for the restart of the race. He's going to look to absolutely fly past those guys. So we'll keep an eye on David 100%. I'm sure this is his debut race. I've not seen him race before. But we've got 2 Williams in the top 3 of Scones and Bram. Scones not having the best of races, being at the back for the majority of it, but he has opted to stay out on those 10-lap old hards with 6 laps to go. If he can, these top 4 can work together because they all didn't box under the safety car. They can maybe try and just pull away from the likes of David and Quincy. But DZ Racer on those hards behind those 2 soft runners. I don't know if there'll be enough laps for his. Yeah, softs only lasting 4 laps, as Craig says. Yeah. So DZ Racer is going to try and look to get past these guys as quick as possible, as he is the lead hard runner. Zampa down in P9. Been involved in a lot of mix-ups. Oh, as we're having a little bit of swapping under the safety car. Yeah, Zampa's sitting good. On the medium, surrounded by soft runners. We had those 2 swapped round. I don't know if that was allowed from those 2. Maybe an illegal overtake from someone. Oh, as he goes back past. Don't know what these guys are doing. Safety car maybe in this lap. We'll find out at the end of sector 2. David, he's gonna have to try his absolute best to pick these guys off, but they are on much older tyres than him, and he is on those softs and they are on the hards. So he's gonna warm up a lot better than these guys. Gonna get up to speed a lot quicker. But safety car not in this lap, probably waiting for the guys at the back to catch back up. But a lot of the majority of the drivers on the softs, the only person to pit on the hards was DZ Racer. The only person to put the hards on. Maybe he didn't have another set of mediums. Let's go back to the top with Brams in the lead with 10 lap tyres. Codematic in P2. He's definitely going to try and want to win this race for the championship. Got those top 4 on much older tyres than David in P5. See what the penalties are looking like for these guys. Where do I see that? I forgot. Oh, here we go. So DZ Racing with the fastest lap, you can see. How do we do it? Oh, here we go. Scones has a 10-second penalty, so that's going to drop him down the order a lot because of the safety car. Ellis with the 3-second, that will drop him down a couple positions, but obviously not as much as Scones. But then from the 8th to the P6, all with 3-second penalties. Zampa could look to make a lot of positions here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe even a P4 on the cards if he can try and pick these guys off. But the safety car is in this lap. Definitely want to keep an eye on David and... Well, there's quite a lot of people to keep an eye on, to be honest. We want to see if these guys in the lead with older tyres can get ahead. See if they can stay ahead. But we'll see how this restart goes. Codematic in a sandwich of Williams. When will Brams decide to go? They've all went quite early for the last. They went. Oh, and he's gone early again. It's caught Brams. Caught Codematic lacking a little bit. But I think he's caught the whole field napping, to be honest. We'll see. They will try and catch him with that slipstream in the overtake. I don't think there's anyone making moves. As James past Quincy. It's not good for him in the championship. As Nuki Boy up to P10. As Quincy. Oh, we got a spin from Ellis. Ellis has been turned around. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, and one of the Alpines. The Alpine has damaged his front wing. A lot of contact. Another restart. A restart not going to plan for quite a few people. Scone's down to P5. David already up to P3 and Quincy up into P4. He's got those. They've only got those two hard tyre runners ahead of them with 3 laps to go. We've got a very exciting 3 laps. And Zampa up into P7. As one of the Williams, I think, going wide there. As look at the grip difference. As soon as DRS is enabled. Oh, he's going to go for the move already. Yep. Look at the grip difference. He is absolutely flying. Let's see if Quincy can follow. He's trying to get over his championship rival here. Lanky with a penalty. Smokey Nash with a penalty. As Quincy trying to follow David through. As David already going for a move for the lead. He's not even going to wait for DRS. He's just going for it. Absolutely fair play. He's going to absolutely try and gap him from here. Look at the grip difference. Brams is going to have to absolutely pray he can hold on to DRS. As we've got Lanky going up, as DRS is now enabled. As Quincy does get past his championship rival, he will be having that as DZ Racer ahead of Scones. As Zampa, as Nuki Boy gets a 10-second penalty, as Zampa up into P8. As, oh my god, Ollie Bean absolutely kills Godzilla with a send and locks up his tyres, and Stewards will be probably a slam dunk with that one. But Godzilla may be taking his time to get away. But anyway, let's go back to the top for these last 2 laps. As the top 4 in an absolute train, as Codematic trying to hang on those older tyres. As Quincy trying to pick through to try and get past Brams to have a shot at potentially the win. His teammate slowly falling out, but he does get DRS. Will Brams have a go here? No, he's going to... I would wait till the main straight. As maybe those tyres maybe those soft tyres starting to feel the wear. As Quincy is out round and his front wing's gone. I don't know how he is an out, but that is going to absolutely damage the championship hope for him. That is not good. Quincy also has a penalty with Zampa now in DRS. This is absolutely horrible for Quincy with damage, and Zampa's going to get past even before DRS. And that's another free position for Zampa. Still making a lot of inroads on these guys. But we'll go back to the lead to see if Brams can get ahead of that soft runner of David. David isn't running away as much as he probably want to. Brams still in DRS with a lap and a bit to go. But Scone's sitting back behind 2 people with penalties, so he's going to at least look for that P4. He's going to want to stay in. But we'll go back to the top of Codematic. His teammates all the way down in 13th. That is going to gain him a lot of points. He's going to absolutely want to get ahead of Brams here, at least. For the last races, he's absolutely throwing the car over the grass, but he has got DZ Racer on 5-lap cars behind him. As David nearly broken DRS to the Williams in P2. I think we'll have a fight for P3 here. As Codematic with another penalty, that might even drop him behind Zampa. That will drop him behind Zampa. That's Ollie Bean with a 3-second. But now onto the last lap. We'll go on board with Brams to see if he can make a move for the lead. as he's out of DRS, will actually move on to Codematic, one of the championship contenders, with a fast moving Red behind him, trying for that position as he goes for P2, as Brams actually has damage as he's gone for it. See if DZ Racer tries following through. Nope. But Codematic does have all those penalties. But I think David will be able to try and run away now. Zampa's going to absolutely... Oh, no, not a mistake from Zampa. Zampa, keep it clean. You don't need to push too hard. You just need to be inside with the penalties. As he's got Smoke and Ash all over him. He's actually in him at the moment. I promise this is just F1. As I don't know what Craig Connolly says, but he says something up Zampa. But Zampa... These guys do have penalties ahead of him. He just needs to keep it clean and try and maximise that potential. As DZ Racer, a 10th behind Brams. Is he going to go for it? No, he waits. He's going to have that grip. Brams gets a little deep. As Ash ahead of Scones. It's a good move from him. As is DZ Racer going to get Brams here? Up into the Oh, he has got a penalty, so it will just be P3 on track. Scones back ahead of Ash. Well done to Scones. As David wins on debut. I think it is debut for him. But Brams P2, Codematic P3, Zampa, I told you P5 for Zampa. Well done for him after some of the carnage he was involved in. DZ Racer P4. Obviously that spin in this corner here in turn 2 would have pushed him down a bit. Codematic P3, but more importantly Quincy all the way down in P13. Not scoring many points. He will score points, but he will lose a lot of these 10 positions back from his teammate in the championship battles. Quincy sets the fastest lap, so that will be an extra point for him. So he has gone to the softs to get that extra point and try and take some of the advantage that Codematic will gain on him away. But that is not going to be good motivation going into the last race for Quincy. It's David winning on debut, I'm sure. I'm sure it's his debut. But well done to him. Yeah, Zampa takes a P5. Yeah, P5 is not bad in the end, let's be real. It's not the worst. My throat hurts. But David taking the win. Most overtakes by Smoke and Ash. Godzilla being absolutely killed by, I think it was Ollie Bean. As we have David P1, Brams in P2, importantly Codematic in P3 with his teammate all the way down in P13. DZ Racer P4 from starting pole, Zampa to P5. Smoke and Ash from 18th on the grid goes up to P6. James up to P7. Scones from 15th up to 8th, that's respectful from him. Ellis from 16th to 9th, that's good. Ollie Bean going down 3 positions. Godzilla in P11. Lanky in P12. Quincy obviously in P13, but with fastest lap, so it won't be the worst for him. Nuki Boy, the 2 Alpines in P14 and P15, and obviously the DNFs of Dubsy, who crashed with Craig Connolly, I'm pretty sure, and Arrow crashing on his own. But we will definitely see how it looks going into the last race for Tier 2 in Silverstone next week and see who will be crowned champion in the race.